Good morning. Just wanted to touch base with my CNAs out there, or non CNAs, whoever's in my subscriber list. Um, just wanted to kind of probably talk about my situation with Easter Seals. Um, they have a program with the mentally challenged, and where I'm at with that situation. So, as I said in my last two previous videos on that, I work with a young man. He's about 28 years old, and he was born autistic, and he has ADHD. ADHD. I'm sorry. Um, so he's not the easiest to take to deal with. And by the way, excuse me. This is like 3 hours before I have to start getting dressed. I have to be there by 2 o'clock. Um, so I'll have to start getting dressed by 11:30. But anyway, he, you try to help him to figure out what he can do um, to occupy his time um, besides recreational. But this young man has, I'd say, the mindset of a probably preteen to 10 year old, preteen to maybe 13. I don't know, somewhere in the ballpark. But I can't confirm that. But he likes to eat uncontrollably. He likes to ride around. Um, his mother handles his books. Um, as far as his finances, nah, Easter seals don't do that, and it really limits him of getting to join in on activities with the day program for people like him because his mom handles his finances. So he's at the mercy of the staff, because I think that's all she uses of the service. She uses the staff to uh, basically all you're doing is babysitting him, um, because he can't be left alone. He wouldn't be able to function in a home alone because he don't drive or he can't drive. Um, he can do things with guided help, such as maybe cooking, but you would need to be there to kind of show him the next move. He wants you to do most everything for him, but because he's may have all this going on, but he's very manipulative. Um, he doesn't have any concept of money or uh, management of any kind of his life as far as what is good for him in the long term or whatever, or what he needs to do to be. Because he expressed a few weeks ago that he wanted a job, that he'd like to have a job because he was interested in having a girlfriend. Okay, that went on for maybe um I don't know, a few days, and I haven't heard him say much about that anymore. But my understanding of the people that know him from history or from way back said when he got out of school 10 years ago, because he would have been with the mentally challenged students in high school or whatever, all the way through school. He did have a job at a Lowe's, but the issue that he had was he is a hugger. Yes, he is a hugger, and he wanted to hug up on the ladies too much. So that would cause maybe a sexual discrimination lawsuit against Lowe's. So they had to let him go. And um, yeah, they had to let him go. And he had another job with some, I don't know, something to do with animals, but he didn't make it too long there either. Um, I don't like to use the word lazy, but that's what they got in his care plan, that he is capable of working, holding down a job, but it's just his way of thinking and the way he looks at everything. Um, and with the ADHD probably going on, his concentration is not good, so he wouldn't be able to hold down a job during the shift that I am there with him. And what I observe of him is he will start in with maybe popcorn, potato chips, or Coke, or whatever snack foods. Okay, now I may come in or before they change my shift up. It was 3 to 11. If I come in at 3 to 11, this kid is sitting there eating popcorn or chips, and then he'll stop and say he wants something for supper. So I'll fix him or assist him with supper. Once he's done with supper, he continues on to eat snacks. So I observed this young man start from little after 3 o'clock, nonstop. And I took him on an outing, and he was snacking while we was driving down the road, riding down the road. He snacked till about 8:45, almost 9 o'clock. So he snacked from three to almost. So that's 6 hours of steady putting food in your mouth. And he is not fat. It's a surprise that he's not 300 pounds, but he's not. But he does have a little like a gut. But I think it has to do with his care plan. They wanted him to walk or something and cut back on the snacks. So with him, you have to set boundaries because that's the only way you can get him to uh, change habits. Maybe just set boundaries with him and just. And the house manager, she's trying, but it's like she's fighting a losing battle because it's just habits that his mother has set forth in place and let him get away with. It's going to be hard for somebody just to come in, especially at him at age 28 now, just come in and try to change his habits because he's pretty much getting set in his habits, his eating patterns and everything. He's getting set, but he did drink a bottle of water yesterday. I noticed before then he didn't drink a whole lot of water. That's what I'm drinking too. I fill up this 30 ounce stainless little tumbler and I drink my water. But anyway, yeah, it's just like a fight, losing battle, trying to help this young man. He has too much idle time. And really all he knows is entertainment and food. Um, Now, beginning of this week, I took him. He wanted to go out and eat because his mom had filled his account with a little money, so he wanted to go eat Japanese food. So I took him, and in the process, I had spoke with the house manager, and she said, "Well, you make sure to let him know if he goes out to eat today that he cannot eat out anymore until Saturday." Because if you don't set boundaries for this kid, he'll eat out every day. That's all he wants to do is eat out or maybe entertain. And then, okay, we did that. Okay, the next evening, it was pretty. It was sunny, and coming in they got me coming in at 2. So I took him because the county that he lives in, is a river town. So he lives near the Tennessee River. So I took him to this area of the river and he fished, but with him being impatient, like, so he didn't catch anything. And he was ready to go in 30 minutes. He wanted to just ride around. So I took him to another area of the river because this river, there's several state parks have been built around different land areas of the river. So I took him to another part of the river and we walked around for a little while. Okay. Okay, so he was anxious again, so he was ready to go back home so he could watch the news and probably he was ready for supper. So I went and cooked his supper, and he likes to talk on the phone with his family and friends, so he got on the phone, talked with his family and friends and stuff. But he went on the outings. He went on the outing Monday, Tuesday. So yesterday, Wednesday, I didn't take him out. I mean, he's got this good timing every day is just not, it's just not. It's not me. I don't have the patience to deal with this young man. I got 5 more shifts with him, and I'm pretty much done because my grand opening for my food stand is next Friday, the 14th of April. So, but it's just sad. I mean, so I asked him, other than what he does already, I said, is there any hobbies that you could take up? I called off some like I don't know, knitting or games or just anything like to help occupy his mind since he doesn't have a job or anything. And no, I don't like none of that stuff, he says. um, and then the other day, now this was last week, I mean, because I had pretty much got fed up. I turned my notice in some part of well, it was the end of March, and I gave a 14-day notice, and I've worked, and my 14-day notice would have been up the 11th. But I decided to finish it up and work to that Thursday, the 13th. But anyway, he just, he one evening, he wanted supper, because as soon as I get there, I want this and I want that. He sleeps with the other staff. Not sleep, like sleep, not anything inappropriate. But when they're there on that shift, like the day shift staff, she said he slept all day. He was in bed all day. I tried to get him up, he wouldn't get up. But he gets up when I'm there, and he sleeps because there's 3 shifts. There's uh right now there's 6 to 2, 2 to 10. That's me, and then there's 10 to 6. So he is most active in the evening. I noticed, and but see the reason he didn't get up for Miss the lady that worked the day shift, the house manager, because she tries to keep him busy to wear him down where he will get the correct sleep patterns. I mean, they got medicine that they give him, but it's not working. It's not working. They give him melatonin, but it's not working. I have heard of him staying up to 1 o'clock in the morning because he just can't sleep. But the way he likes to sleep all day and up all night. I mean, what do? You don't when you don't have anything to do. What I mean, I understand his plight. I mean, he's just doing what people that don't have no responsibilities do. And this day person, she wants to get him back on schedule to sleep at night. But he's not doing anything in the day to tire him out, to make him sleepy. He has no activities. He doesn't do anything with the day services that they have for the mentally challenged. So he's just pretty much um, on his own, other than the recreational things that we do with him as staff. Um, it's just sad though to think about his life the way it is. You try to, because basically all you can do is just do recreational stuff with the young man. But, and getting back to the manipulative part, okay, it was last week, and he didn't have any money on his books because he done went limitlessly to buy things, to eat out or whatever, and spend his money because his money mainly goes on food, the money that she puts on his books or recreation. He went over to his mom's house and he asked her, "Mom, I want a milkshake." He wanted to go to Dairy Queen because there's a Dairy Queen in that town, and he wanted to get a milkshake from Dairy Queen. So when she said, "Son, I don't have anything. I won't have anything till tomorrow. I don't get paid until tomorrow." From some of his money is not coming from what he may get as far as from the government, as far as his disability check or whatever. Some of it's coming out of his mom's pocket. Well, when she said that, that kid, that young, I say kid because I'm much older than him, that young man said he had a Coke in his hand, a canned Coke. He then went and got out her refrigerator. He got so mad he threw that can across the yard, got Coke all over me, her, and some other family members that was around. Okay, now he went off, but she retaliated too, and she threatened to slap him if he didn't calm down. Well, his brother came out and he heard the commotion, and he talked to him, so he was able to talk to him. He took him for a walk, and when he came back, he apologized to everybody and his mom, that everybody that he upset or whatever. Um, but yeah, that's how this young man is. All he knows is entertainment, and just, I mean, he has no concept of responsibility. It's just sad to have a life like that. But I've been working with him probably, well, I started the early part of month. This is a month. It's been a month that I've worked with him, and I just, mm-mm. Yeah, exactly a month today. And that's all I can handle. I cannot handle no more time with this kid. And then now that the last 2 weeks of my time, they changed me from 3 o'clock to 2 o'clock to come in. So I have like 4 hours before when I get up, because I wake up anywhere from 6:30, 7:30. So I have that. Those are the times that I would use to get things done, as far as my little food stand or house keeping my home clean. Laundry, cleaning, whatever I need to do. I can't do it, with that schedule. So I'm having to uh, make do with it uh, like this. It's not easy. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you on my situation with the kid or the young man and how that's working out. So if you decide you wanted to do direct support, because that's what this is, direct support. They call them direct support professionals. You're just basically an overseer of those that are mentally challenged. Now, the house that I was working under, the people were fine that I was working with. It was their house manager. And the issue I had with her, and a lot of other people told me the same thing, so it ain't just me. Okay, I was working Monday through Thursday, 4 to 12, 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Um, Easter Seals hired me in, knowing this, they was fine with it. But the house manager, uh, she would ask me, like, can you work Friday? Okay, keep in mind I work 12-hour shifts Saturdays and Sundays at the nursing home. I do four 8-hour evening shifts. Only day I got left is Friday. Or she would ask me to come in early so she could be off early, so she could get off early to do something with her family. No, her boyfriend. Everything revolved around that boyfriend. That she would always come telling us that she was having issues with. So she had a lot of issues going on personally. And the what broke the camel's back, I needed a little help with the charting or documentation. It was a certain way that it had to be done. Um, and then she wanted me to come in so she could take him to the doctor. So keep in mind, I had to be on shift to work my regular shift at 4. I live 30 miles or more in another town, another county. So I would have had to come in and be over there probably from about 12 o'clock till about 12 that night. No. So what I did, I came in to get the training, enough time to get the training that I needed at the Easter Seals office. And I didn't come in for her. She had to get somebody else to come in for her, another staff member. So the next shift that I worked, she pretty much let me have it. So me and her had a heated argument, and I left that night. And I had contacted the supervisor and told her I'm turning in my 2-week notice. I cannot work under this woman. Just so happened they had this home here to work with this young man. So if it ain't the house manager, it could be the people you take care of. Because, if you get people with behaviorals, because, when you're taking care of the mentally challenged, sometimes they have behavioral issues. And this young man that I take care of has behavioral issues. But the couple that I took care of at that previous home were elderly. In fact, after they got their supper and medications, they would retire to their rooms. She would go to hers, he would go to his. And you didn't really hear too much from him. He smoked. He might come out and go outside and smoke a cigarette or something. But they pretty much went to their rooms and relaxed. Uh, but the young man was totally the opposite. Now this young fellow, he had slapped his grandmother when she told him no, and it's just whenever he don't get his way, he will have a behavior. He's had several of them over time, you know. But that's all I have on that situation, and just wanted to talk a little bit more about um, my situation with Easter seals and working with the mentally challenged and how that kind of work uh, can be a challenge, especially if you are coming in. Physically wise, it's nothing because I hadn't had to do any hard physical labor. Working with this young man as far as heavy lifting or anything, just a little light housekeeping. Make sure he gets his personal care taken care of. Now he does that on his own. Um, but no, that's all I have. If you have any questions as far as uh, about working with the mentally challenged, just give me a buzz and I will see if I can answer it if I know the answer to the question. All right. You guys have a blessed day.